Let me tell you a tale steeped in echoing wonder, set in the cliffside city of Lyrisford, where sound itself is mapped, cherished, and preserved. A city where the cry of a hawk, the hum of market chatter, and the gentle toll of glass-forged bells live as eternal records in the Guild of Echo Mappers. This is the story of Corin Marek, an apprentice bard and echo-cartographer who found himself at the heart of a most peculiar tragedy. For as long as Corin could remember, the terraces and amphitheaters of Lyrisford reverberated with songs generations old. But one pale dawn, when the sea mist hung heavy and the city stretched itself awake, a strange and disquieting silence greeted its people. The marketplaces had lost their cheery cacophony. Street musicians plucked their strings, but the tunes fell flat and hollow. Lyrisford's famed echo maps began returning eerily stripped of memory. Voices became ghostly whispers. Children's lullabies skipped. Even the morning hymn of the oldest cathedral faltered like a broken breath. Corin spent the early hours in the guild's chambers, surrounded by endless shelves of glass sound maps, discs, rods, and cylinders imbued with the songs and voices of every street corner. Yet as he placed one map after another into the playback apparatus, he was met not with the city's layered symphony, but with a dreadful quiet. "This isn't entropy," Corin murmured to himself, his brow furrowed. "Sound doesn't merely fade like this, it's being taken." His mentor, Master Carchus, shook his head gravely. "Quiet may soothe grief, Corin," said the elderly echo mapper, "but silence erases it. Be careful with what you chase." Yet Corin, careful and stubborn as ever, pressed onward. "Every voice matters, Master," he whispered, "even the ones that hurt." He was not alone in his quest. To piece together the unraveling of Lyrisford's auditory fabric, Corin sought companions he believed would understand the city's symphony in their own ways. Mira Linth, an elven wizard drawn to the mysteries of resonant magic. Tob Bren, a cantankerous dwarven artificer whose forge bells could shatter stone, and Sarah Pockets, a halfling rogue with an uncanny ability to slip into whispered corners. Together, they followed the silent scars left by whatever predator devoured the city's sounds. Their investigation led them along hauntingly quiet streets, where the wind stirred but carried no melody. Corin trailed his fingers over archway cylinders, listening for faded echoes. Mira's illusions reconstructed song fragments that once were. Tob and Sarah exchanged uneasy glances, uncertain of what might wait for them in silence deeper than death. Their trail ended beneath Lyrisford's grand amphitheater, in the underground labyrinth known as the Sealed Well. It was here that Corin's map rod first detected unnatural voids, spaces where sound had simply ceased to exist. They descended, lanterns carving slices of light through damp, echo-starved air. And there, crouched amid a nest-like web of brittle resonance threads, they found it, the Silence Weaver. A creature of eerie beauty and alien menace, the Silence Weaver resembled a giant moth, its wings shimmering with faint, stolen echoes. Its presence seemed to drink the sound around it, leaving only that horrid emptiness. Lyrisford's songs, its voices, its memories, it fed on them all, twisting them into the threadbare web of its nest. But beneath its ethereal presence lay an undeniable, curious pain. "They vowed to let the past sleep," Corin muttered, hearing faint networks of phrases preserved in the brittle threads surrounding the creature. He recognized them as grieving whispers from an age-old calamity, words sealed centuries ago. Now those echoes were unraveling. Mira stepped forward, her voice steady. "It was born of loss. I see it clearer now. The Silence Weaver offers peace to those burdened by memory, but only by taking away even their joy." "Lyrisford's stories deserve better than to fade into nothing," Corin shouted, his fist clenched. Turning to the party, he added, "We must fight it, but not destroy it outright. There's still a chance to save what's left." The battle that followed was unlike any they had known before. Here, melody was blade, harmony was shield. Corin unfurled an echo map, its sounds cascading in a ragged wave to disrupt the Silence Weaver's feast. Mira wove illusory symphonies, flashing fragments of memory to confuse the moth-like entity. Tob struck his forge bell, its resounding tone shaking the very threads of the nest, and Sarah expertly slipped through the chaos, cutting the lifeweb tethering the creature to its nest. When the final note rang, the Silence Weaver writhed in its empty hunger, yet Corin could not strike the final blow. He approached the damaged creature, weighed down by its tragic purpose. "Not all memories are merciful," he murmured, "but erasing them robs us of who we are. I can't let this end in silence or in endless pain. There must be another way." In a quiet corner, Corin composed a desperate melody, one of balance and compromise. He remapped the city's echoes, crafting what he called the open chorus, sounds accessible to all, and the quiet vault, a sacred archive sealed away, where echoes of agony would rest. Not destroyed, but remembered when needed, released in ceremonies guided by the echo mappers. To the Silence Weaver, he gave reluctant guardianship, binding its appetite to feed only on echoes the city chose to lock away. The moth stirred, its hunger dimming to a soft, mournful flutter. It hovered briefly, as though seeing Corin for the first time, before folding its wings and settling in the quiet vault. Lyrisford sang anew, its music softer but richer, like a healing wound. Choirs practiced again in the glass amphitheater. Markets bustled. Parents dared to hum lullabies. And the Guild of Echo Mappers found a deeper purpose, not simply preserving sound, but teaching the city to honor both joy and sorrow, to keep what mattered, and to let go together. Corin Marek, once an apprentice, became something more. A bard who had not merely saved his city's songs, but reimagined how they could endure. So what would you have done in his place? Would you keep every painful echo, or invite silence into your world? Tell us your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe. Our Firelight tales are far from over.